Hello, fellow citizens. My name is Bernie Sanders, and I'm here to educate you on my policies and promises. Let's get started. First off, we will discuss my foreign and domestic policies. The test of a great and powerful nation is not how many wars it can engage in, but how it can resolve international conflicts in a peaceful manner. I will move away from a policy of unilateral military action and regime change, and toward a policy of emphasizing diplomacy and ensuring the decision to go to war is a last resort. I take a very strong stance in domestic policies. As for the issue of gun control, I believe people have the right to buy guns with sensible regulations. We should also have instant background checks. No guns for criminals or unstable people. I'm pro-hunting, but no one needs an AK-47 to hunt, right? Now going into income and wealth inequality. Say the country is a lemonade stand. There are 3 hypothetical politicians, and the lemonade stand is just getting off the ground. To improve the well-being of the stand, capital investments must be made, but one of the politicians is sucking up a huge portion of the income for himself. This is the issue the U.S. is facing. An extremely small percentage of Americans control the majority of wealth, which is a moral issue, let alone a way to damage the country's economy. My platform outlines the fact that the United States has quite a high rate of poverty compared to other countries of the OECD, which is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, only vested by the nations such as Israel and Mexico. Middle and lower class incomes could have a much better access to social and health benefits if higher tax rates were to be pressed on the upper class. Education, which strengthens a nation most effectively if all citizens had the opportunity to it, is currently being jeopardized by the greedy fat cat in the lemonade stand. How can conservative politicians like Donald Trump possibly have a sensible? Education is a big issue that I continue to face head on. Make tuition free at public colleges and universities. We need to stop the federal government from making a profit on student loans and substantially cut student loan interest rates. We need to allow Americans to refinance student loans at today's low interest rates and allow students to use need-based financial aid and work-study programs to make college debt-free. Climate change is another reform that everyone is wondering about. Ban fossil fuels lobbyists from working in the White House and huge subsidies that benefit fossil fuel companies. We need to create a national environment and climate justice plan that recognizes the heightened public health risks faced by low-income and minority communities. And lastly, we need to fight to overturn Citizens United. My immigration policy is also nicely laid out and concise for America to take a look at as well. We are a nation of immigrants. I am the son of an immigrant myself. Their story, my story, our story is a story of America. Hard-working families coming to the United States to create a brighter future for their children. The story of immigrants is a story of America, a story rooted in family and fueled by hope. It continues today in families all across the United States. We need to allow immigrants to purchase health coverage under the Affordable Care Act. We need to put a stop to the notion that the border must be secured before a legalization can happen, like Trump. We need to regulate future flows via a reformed visa system and reworked trade agreements. I take pride in my plan for health care. Healthcare must be recognized as a right, not a privilege. Every man, woman, and child in our country should be able to access the healthcare they need, regardless of their income. The only long-term solution to America's healthcare crisis is a single-payer national healthcare program. Number 1. Americans should not have to fear losing their health insurance if they lose their job or change environment. 2. We need to streamline our healthcare system to provide the best healthcare for all patients, not just the richest. 3. People making over $250,000 per year pay their fair share in taxes in order to make this possible. 4. A family who makes $50,000 currently pays $6,273. Under my plan, they will pay $466. That is a savings of $5,807 a year for healthcare. How am I going to pay for these proposals, you may ask? We need to make corporations pay taxes on all the profits they have shifted to Cayman Islands and other offshore tax havens. Secondly, Wall Street speculators that generate about $300 billion in revenue need to be taxed. The wealthy that would pay the same percentage as their income need to put in their fair share, and a $1.61 tax on the average American would provide stability. Lastly, the wealthy taxpayer should pay funds to oil, gas, and coal companies. Thank you, America.